From a small start to one of the biggest and best Midwestern breweries, New Holland is a reason, besides tulips, to go visit Holland. All on this episode of the Great American Brew Trail. My name is Amy Sherman. I'm a chef, I'm a mom, and I'm a beer drinker. Shocking, I know. That's right, I'm a girl who really likes beer.
Out of the way, boys. What are we drinking?
I mean, why wouldn't I drink beer? As a chef, I love the variety of local ingredients, and I appreciate what it takes to create a great beer. In fact, I've been a home brewer for years. All across the United States, microbreweries are popping up with plenty of atmosphere, plenty of local foods, and of course, plenty of beer. We'll see the ins and outs and the ups and downs behind the taps at some of the country's best microbreweries. So join me on the Great American Brew Trail as I taste my way across the USA, one pint at a time. Windmills, tulips, wooden shoes, you know I'm talking about Holland, Michigan. But this charming college town near Lake Michigan is also home to one of our state's oldest and largest breweries. New Holland Brewery is an integral part of downtown Holland, and they have become a New Holland institution. For over 15 years, New Holland has been brewing up Michigan favorites like Sundog, Mad Hatter, and the infamous Dragon's Milk. But while you can get a six-pack almost anywhere in our state, coming to the pub is really special.
I started homebrewing in college and made a couple successful batches. Then I moved out to Boulder, Colorado, and I really saw what craft beer could be out there. And so I moved back in 1995, and 2 years later, we got the brewery started.
New Holland is one of the older breweries in the state, and I say that with a little bit of whimsy there, because you started in 1997, is that correct?
We did. We just celebrated our 15th anniversary.
That's great. So you're kind of the older guys here. Did you start out wanting in your life to be a brewer?
You know, I didn't really have that thought, but it was something that came very naturally to me. And in fact, my dad likes to joke that I was born to brew. So
really?
Yeah, he does. So
why? Were you always stirring up concoctions and things like that?
Yeah, I think I like to be around the kitchen and cooking, and I think also the engineering side of it, putting pipes together and building stuff, really lent itself to being a craft brewer.
So Joel, you have a special title here at New Holland. What is it?
I do. I'm the beer captain at New Holland Brewing Company.
You are the beer captain?
Yes.
I want to be a beer captain.
At New Holland, really our philosophy is all about balance, and we've been focused on balance since like 1997, day one. And we have this kind of, we don't really publicize it, but we kind of have this rule that you want to be able to have more than one beer. I think there's a lot of great...
Are you sure you follow that rule with Dragon's Milk?
Well, I mean, it's something that you want to at least think you could have, you know, you want to be able to have one and then go, boy, that was really great, I'd like to have another one.
I'd like to have another one, but I'm not going to.
So, yeah, we really strive to have a balanced beer. Nothing, you know, even if it's a really hoppy beer, we want to have malt balance behind it. If it's a, you know, more alcoholic beer like Dragon's Milk, we want to have other layers behind that, whether it be the oak, the chocolate, the coffee character behind it as well. So it's not just a one-dimensional beer.
I love our variety. I also love our philosophy. I think balance in life in general is something that everyone should strive for, and the fact that we really, whether it's a beer like Mad Hatter that's 5.5% and extremely balanced for an IPA in today's world of IPAs, right up to Dragon's Milk, a really strong beer, but still with a lot of flavors and balance. I think striving for balance is really something that kind of keeps us all on the same page.
Well, speaking of Dragon's Milk, which is one of your signature beers, it's really put you guys on the map because it's almost a case of an extreme beer. Right. But yet it is balanced. But this is, it's crazy. It's so flavorful. What are you guys doing with this beer?
So it starts out as a stout, and then we age it for 90 days in bourbon barrels. And we blend from there. So every single batch is hand blended by our brewers.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they go through, they taste every single barrel to make sure, that they've got tasting notes on every barrel, and then we go to blend. So we blend all these barrels together, and then that keeps the beer consistent as far as a flavor standpoint goes. And it helps us control some of those really, really strong bourbon barrels with some of the ones that aren't showing quite as much of that kind of heat from the bourbon itself.
Holland is known as a somewhat conservative community, but that hasn't stopped the creativity, especially when it comes to making beer.
We moved downtown here, right on the corner 8th and College 10 years ago, and we've just been truly embraced by the community. Of course, this corner now is really, I think, the hub of downtown and that activity, and we're just thrilled that we could be a part of that and really kind of a catalyst to spur further growth in our great downtown.
It's right in downtown Holland, so you can just like kind of bar hop or shop or take a little midday break like we are today.
People like local, you know? I like that local feel.
Holland is great, especially being from the New Holland perspective, because we've got a lot of people who have known our brewery for a really long time, but we're also able to open people's eyes as well. So we're able to kind of innovate and do things that they've never seen before right in their backyard. So it really creates a really nice kind of back and forth almost dialogue between us and the community. The vibe of the pub is busy, first and foremost. We get busy very quickly and we stay busy through the night. And it kind of changes from day to day. We do really cool things for, you know, the college next door, Hope College. We have Stein Night where they can come and kind of bring their own Stein and fill them up. We've got bands all the time. And then we have community groups that meet as well. So there's really a lot of different things going on, very family friendly. So there's a huge spectrum of things that happen at the pub day to day.
Come here all the time. Love it.
you do?
Yeah, everybody's really nice. The beer's great. Of course, I have my growler that I always get.
You are a serious craft beer drinker.
Oh, yes. Good stuff.
I'm from Chicago, so I know big downtown areas and everything like that. This is just a nice, small, little, quiet town. Right. It's like Pleasantville or something.
I really like the atmosphere. I like that there's like an outdoor deck and they have music with apparel. The staff is really friendly. The food is really good.
Well, I know if I go to a bar that has like 50 beers on there, the first thing I do is scope out what's local to Michigan and see where it came from and then see if I can go to that brewery.
Well, we're from Chicago, and friends of ours have been up here before and told us to come out here and check it out.
The craft, they're pretty good. Yeah, they're getting a lot better.
Wait a minute, are we in Old Holland or New Holland?
And they're progressively getting better.
What's not to love at Williams Kitchen and Bath?
Do you always find yourself looking for more cabinet space? Does it feel like you need more room for all the chefs in your house? If so, it's time to visit Williams Kitchen and Bath. Williams offers the best selection from top cabinet makers. Stop in today and experience the Williams difference.
What's not to love at Williams Kitchen and Bath?
Now, the beer at New Holland is balanced and beautiful, but they will also tempt you with some delicious food. And I'm going to step in and help make their signature pizza.
We're in the kitchen with Brett, and we are going to make one of their signature pizzas. This is a pizza that has actually been on the menu since the very start of New Holland Brewing.
That's right. When we had our first little pizza oven, this was one of the first pies we ever made.
So it was an oldie. It's an oldie, but a goodie.
It is. It's a favorite here.
Well, it starts with one of my favorite ingredients, which is delicious basil pesto.
Homemade.
You
from
make
scratch.
It here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Well, look at that vibrant green color. That is spectacular. And then what comes next?
Well, then we throw some nice sliced Roma tomatoes around in any type of a pattern that you'd want to make. The guys kind of like to make it like the term they use is like your bacon biscuits.
And then this is some yummy chicken.
Yep, we take that and we shred it here ourselves. We bake it and shred it ourselves.
I love it. I love shredded chicken. Okay, and then fresh mushrooms.
Yep, throw the mushrooms on top.
Yummy. And this is a proprietary 5-cheese blend.
Yeah, right, exactly. And then you can spread the gorgonzola, blue cheese gorgonzola on how you wish.
This is going on the top?
Yep.
This is going to be a taste sensation with gorgonzola and pesto. That's crazy.
It blends perfectly with our Sundog and our Mad Hatter.
Chicken pesto pizza, the signature pie here at New Holland. Let's give it a try. See if it lives up to the hype.
It better. Oh yeah.
It's delicious.
You'll find so many great menu items here at New Holland, and whether it's the Dragon's Milk, the Mad Hatter, or any of the other well-balanced beers, they all complement each other with unmistakable flavor.
Michigan is one of those states where, it's funny, one of my best friends and I sat and kind of listed like the 5 states of beer, you know, long time ago. And Michigan was right up there, but when we came to Michigan, it was like, oh yeah, And then we started rattling off breweries, and more and more, and realizing that Michigan is a huge innovator for craft beer.
Innovation is the name of the game for any business, and it's no different for the microbrewery business. And at New Holland, their growth is evident of innovation and perseverance. After riding around the facility and riding, you guys are on a super mega growth spurt here.
Yeah, we are. We've pretty much just with these new tanks that we have, we got 5 400-barrel tanks.
Yeah, let's talk about those tanks.
Yeah, we've more than doubled our capacity.
Those tanks are huge. They're like rocket ships. How are you even going to brew in them? Are you scared at all of brewing that much beer?
Well, it made me a little nervous at first, because if something were to go wrong and you lost all that beer, it's a lot of beer to lose. But we have pretty good practices, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, it is very nice and very rewarding to hear positive feedback. It makes all the hard work worthwhile, knowing that people are really enjoying what you're doing, and I don't know if I should say making a difference, but kind of making a difference in the beer industry, I guess.
The full circle is really good. It's a little bit lighter and crisp. Tastes really good.
Well, I particularly like IPAs, and this is the first time I've had this beer, and I specifically asked if they had an IPA, and this is what she brought me. I like the hoppiness of it, but I also like the other flavors that come with the IPA.
What's one of your favorite beers?
Sundog. You get a lot of Sundog. They also have the nice sampler. It has a little bit of everything.
I like the beer hide. Yeah, beer hide. Just because it's different, it has a different taste. Tastes like honey.
It's an ale. And it's pretty good. It's not too bitter. It is has a nice aftertaste. It's just nice and refreshing.
New Holland beers are balanced yet bold, and they remain creative in spite of consistent growth.
We're working really hard out at the production facility right now to continue our growth. We just invested quite a bit of money into new fermentation and some new filtration capacity. We're opening up some new markets for the first time in 5 years.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah,
Where?
we're going into New York, and that should be imminent here within the next 30 days, and as well as Georgia. So those are 2 big markets for us, and it's really exciting there. And we are always playing around with new recipes and some new formulations.
West Michigan is becoming a mecca for craft brewers, and leaders like Schmoes and New Holland are the reason. So put both on your brew trail and join me on the Great American Brew Trail as I taste my way across the USA, one pint at a time.
It takes finesse to survive, So,
Right, and a lot of pretzels.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, look how cloudy that is.
And it's going to be bubbly and effervescent. That's the yeast. So I'm going to allow you the honors here to try it in high poison.
Love my job.
And you can really see the yeast floating around in
Yeah,
there.
you can.
I'll drink to that.
All right. This is becoming one of my favorite beers.
Why is Renee under the table?
Nozzle.
Thank you, Jim.
Cheers.